Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shrutismrutipuranānāṃ Karunalayam Namāmi Bhagavatpādashankaram Nārayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devīm Saraswatīm Vyāsam Tato Jayamudīrayet Yakṣa uvāca kiṃsvidāvapatāṃ śreṣṭhaṃ kiṃsvinnivapatāṃ varaṃ kiṃsvitpratiṣṭhamānānāṃ kiṃsvitprasavatāṃ varaṃ. Four questions, more like common sense questions that reflect the culture and also the social life of the day. And answers also will come from that context. You may not be able to apply the answers to present today completely. Okay? Vedanta answers can be applied, but these are common sense questions and answers. Yudhiṣṭhira uvāca varṣamāvapatāṃ śreṣṭhaṃ bījaṃ nivapatāṃ varaṃ gāvaḥ pratiṣṭhamānānāṃ putraḥ prasavatāṃ varaḥ. So wherever you see the word kiṃsvit, it means kiṃ. Kiṃ alone is called kiṃsvit, means what. So avapatāṃ śreṣṭhaṃ. Avapatāṃ means to those, śreṣṭhi bahuvachanam, to those who cultivate the land. That is avapaha, cultivation. They cultivate the land. Indian society is an agrarian society. Like if you go to Illinois, that is an agrarian state, something like that. But if you go to California, it is the Silicon Valley state. Like that, every state has its own basic culture and social life. So entire India was agrarian at one time. And so people cultivate land. So to such people, what is the most important? śreṣṭhaṃ. What is that? That is the question. Answer. varṣamāvapatāṃ śreṣṭhaṃ. So varṣam is the answer. So for the people who cultivate the land, the most important thing is monsoon rains. I tell you two things. In India, when the monsoon is predicted well, they predict. The meteorologists, they examine the monsoon and predict the monsoon, how it is going to be. Now, the prediction, it is not astrological prediction, it is scientific prediction, okay? So, there are many parameters, some 20-30 parameters will be there. Wind speed, wind direction, temperature above, temperature middle, temperature below, all kinds of parameters will be there. And all those parameters are fed into a computer. There are two models. One is American model, the other is European model. Some kind of a formula or algorithm. And the parameters are put into those models and the predictions will come. And so, like that, India also, they predict the monsoon. The day they predict monsoon, the stock market either will go up or it will dip. When they predict good monsoon, that night itself, the stock market goes up. In case they say the monsoon is going to be a problem, less rains will be there, like that if they predict the monsoon, the stock market will dip. Because the sentiment, the social sentiment or the economic sentiment, it is centered on the rains. Then, in the election year, if monsoon is good, the ruling government has a chance to get elected again. If, God forbid, in the election year, monsoon fails, the ruling party is certain to lose. Therefore, political people are also very concerned about the monsoon prediction. Now, finally, whether the prediction comes right or wrong, that is different matter. But the day prediction comes, the stock market and the political establishment get deeply affected by the projected monsoon rains, because the society survives on the monsoon. There are rivers, there are dams, and there is irrigation, all that is there. But still, it is suggested that at one time when we got independence, 95% of the cultivation was based on monsoon dependent. Whereas after the independence, big dams were constructed. Pandit Nehru started it. He said these dams are modern temples. He said that. Very well said. So he started Nagarjuna Sagar in the south and Bhakra Nangal in the Punjab area. Big dams. Some of the world's biggest dams. In those days at least. But now there are many dams came everywhere. So, therefore, the percentage of cultivated land, which entirely depends upon the monsoon, came down from 95 to 70 or 75. Then, after all these dams were built and irrigation water is now available, the second crop is introduced. Earlier there was only one crop. So, these two crops have names. Where from those names came, I am not sure. One is called Kharif, the other is called Rabi. So, in those days, there was only one crop, maybe Kharif. And then the irrigation canals have... Earlier there was only one crop. Yeah. Irrigation... So, these two crops have... Yeah. So, the irrigation canals and irrigation water is made available, the second crop became feasible. Therefore, the Indian social life entirely depends upon the monsoon, almost entirely depends upon monsoon now. At one time, it was entirely dependent upon monsoon. That's why indeed it is well said, for all the people who cultivate the land, the most important thing is rain. The answer is understandable. Now the second question, kiṃsvitnivapatāṃ varaṃ. Those people who are sowing the land, sowing operations, people performing the sowing operations of their fields, what is the most important thing? It is a very basic question, not very supreme question. You tell me, what is most important thing for, I will give you ABC. Most important thing for the farmers in their sowing operations. A, so tractor to till the land. B, monsoon rains. C, irrigated water. D, seeds. Seeds. That is the answer. bījaṃ nivapatāṃ varaṃ. You know, before Sri Narendra Modi ji came and after he came, there was a remarkable distinction. But people have short memory, they forget it. They forget quickly and they are not grateful enough also. Before Narendra Modi ji's arrival on the scene, in the crop season, Kharif or Rabi, in the crop season, that means a particular month, maybe July, August, 1 month. January, February, or February, March, 1 month. These are the sowing season, the crops, wheat and rice. These are the main crops. And other crops also. Nowadays you have other cotton is there. Cotton is a commercial crop, it is. Maize and then corn, these crops are also there. So the farmers, they want seeds. And there is a company which sells seeds, one shop. And before the shop, they stand in queue early morning 2 o'clock onwards. And by the time the shop opens at 9 o'clock, the queue, there are 1,000 farmers. And in India, we don't believe in the queue system and all that. Generally, we push each other. We don't believe in queue system. But somehow, till the shop opened, some queue was there. The moment the shop opens, the queue crumbles, and there will be a kind of a riot, and then police will be there. And the farmers, they receive lathi hits, and sometimes even firing also. And out of the 1,000 farmers who come for getting seed, 500 or odd, 500 or 600 get their requirement of the seed. There is a ration for seeds. Only limited number of 1 kg, 2 kg like that. They get their seeds, they grab their seeds and run to the fields and start sowing operations. That was the state of affairs before Sri Modi ji came. After he came, now the farmers can go to the market at their leisure, pay the required amount and get the seed and bring it home. Now it is the consumer's market. At one time it was the seller's market. That kind of a phenomenal change he brought in. And the farmers should be happy and they should vote for him. But they forget easily. Now the seeds are available, so the new norm is free availability of the seeds. That is the new norm. And so it becomes part of the life. And so now they don't remember what was the situation earlier. Anyway, just I wanted to impress upon you the importance of the question and the answer. The seed is the life of the farmer. That is the question and the answer. Then the third question, people who want to prosper in this world, pratiṣṭhamānānāṃ. This applies not only to India, it applies the entire, particularly to India it applies. And to some of the states in America also it may apply, probably you know better. People who want to prosper, with particular emphasis on an agrarian context. People want to prosper. So what is important for them? What is the most important for them? The answer is cattle. Gāvaḥ pratiṣṭhamānānāṃ. Gāvaḥ, you can translate it as cows. But it is like Sri Krishna is called Gopalaha, one who protects the cows. Go is cow. But if you see Bhagavatam, in Sri Krishna was a cowherd boy, not cowboy. Not cowboy. Cowboy people, they don't protect the cattle. They herd the cattle to the slaughterhouse and get their money. Whereas cowherd boys, they protect the cows. Go rakshanam it is. Go palanam. Palanam is rakshanam. It is not herding. It is herding in Europe and America, etc., in Brazil, in all places. It is the herding of the animals, but not in India. Not with reference to cows. You know what they do? They keep the cow. As long as it gives milk, they take the milk. And then it becomes old, stops giving milk. Still they feed it. They won't send it away to the slaughterhouse. That situation is now changing. Now the industrial economy has entered into the field. And so keeping one cow or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cows, small herds, those days are gone. Industrial economy means you have to keep at least 1,000 cows and employ machinery and industrial methods of maintaining the cows, milking them and supplying the milk to the large dairy farms. And so it is a different game altogether. In this game, the protection of the cows takes a back seat, but still the cows are protected. So if you see Bhagavatam, Sri Krishna is called Gopalaha, the cowherd boy, the one who protects the cows. But in his herd, not only cows, but there were buffaloes. That was mentioned like that. Mahishyaha. Buffaloes were there, and then goats were there, sheep were there in Sri Krishna's herd in Bhagavatam. Many people don't know that, because they don't read Bhagavatam, you know. To read Bhagavatam, you should be a great scholar of Sanskrit. Very tough Sanskrit it is. And they don't go to the original. There is a popular conception will be there. And so popular conception is cows, Sri Krishna with cows. But if you read Bhagavatam, it is not just cows. Cow is called upalakshanam, means cows means cows and similar other animals. That is called upalakshanam. So cows, buffaloes, sheep, goat, etc. Mahatma Gandhi was used to drink goat milk. He was in favor of cows, but he used to have a few goats and milk those goats and drink the goat milk. Anyway, so therefore gāvaḥ, it stands for cattle. That is all I wanted to explain to you. So people who want to prosper, what should they do? They should maintain a good herd of cattle. That is how you prosper. This applies to Argentina, even presented Argentina, to Brazil. You know what they do? They clear patches of the Amazon forest and put a ranch there and put 1,000 cattle, and then supply milk to Europe, supply meat to America, all kinds of things they do. They become very rich people. So therefore, people who want to be rich and prosper in this world, the most important thing is cows and other cattle in the context of the Indian society of yesteryears. If you study Mahabharata, there were two big events. One is Purva Gograhanam and the other is Uttara Gograhanam. Did you hear that? So in Uttara Gograhanam, at the end of the Virata Parva, you come across this story where Duryodhana, along with his armies, comes to the border of Virata kingdom, where Pandavas were living incognito. Okay? He comes to the border, and then Virata, the king of Virata kingdom, he is called Virataha. The king of Virata kingdom is Virataha. The Virata, he never supported Duryodhana. He opposed Duryodhana. And therefore Duryodhana had a grudge against the king. Therefore he sees on the border, other side of the border, he sees big ranches and huge heads of cattle. Then he gives the order, capture all the cattle. This is called Go-Grahanam. Grahanam is capturing. And then as the cattle are being driven by Duryodhana's armies, then that is the last day of the 13th year of living incognito for Pandavas. And Uttara Kumara is called, he is the prince of the Virata kingdom. The message goes to him, and then he was told, you go and protect as the prince of the country, of the kingdom, and as the Kshatriya, it is your duty to protect your property, and when somebody attacks at the border, you cannot sit quiet. Then but Uttarakumara was afraid of Duryodhana and his armies. Then Arjuna was there. Arjuna tells Uttarakumara, come on, don't be afraid, let us go. And he comes, still incognito, but he knows that the vow is completed, 1 year incognito is over, and he can reveal himself now. But still he doesn't reveal. He remains incognito, and then there was a battle in which Arjuna defeats all these warriors and takes back the entire cattle into the Virata kingdom. You know this story. It is called Gograhanam, but two such incidents happened. One happened earlier, one happened later, and therefore this is called Uttara Gograhanam. Uttara means later, not because of Uttara Kumara's participation, later. There is an earlier Gograhanam, I don't remember the details. Therefore the point is, the cow herd, the herds, animal herds, the cattle is big wealth. And so people, if they want to prosper in this world, become very rich and all that, they develop herding. Herding is an important means of not only livelihood but also prosperity in those days. That is the answer. Okay? You got it. Then final question of the verse. kiṃsvitprasavatāṃ varaṃ. Prasavatāṃ means the people, men and women, who get married and they want to give birth to offspring. They are called prasavatāṃ. You see, the moment in the Indian society, all of you know, the moment the girl and the boy becomes young, the first thing the parents are concerned about is getting them married. The girl father will be looking for a proper groom, and the groom father looks for an appropriate bride. This goes on. And so the moment they are young, they should be married. And the moment they get married, everybody is waiting for the girl to become pregnant and give birth. So this is how the entire society has an important cultural value of bringing forth what? Offspring. So these are called prasavatāṃ, śreṣṭhi bahuvachanam. Prasavat, prathama ekavachanam becomes prasavan. But bahuvachanam, prasavantah, śreṣṭhi bahuvachanam, prasavatāṃ. Of all these people, men and women, who are very particular about to bring forth the offspring, for them, who is most important? Only two options, boy or girl. Only two options. So which option you will choose if the question is put to you? The boy. In the political meeting you may say otherwise, but in your heart of hearts you want a boy, male child. Even the woman wants a male child first. Okay? If the first child is not male, then at least let us hope the second child will be male. Right? All the mothers also want it that way. Not only the male, not only the men, but also the women. Everybody looks for a male child. That was the cultural context was like that. That is the reason why in states like Haryana, Punjab, etc., the population ratio between male and female was so disadvantaged that the male don't get girls to get married. And therefore, the young boys of Punjab and Haryana get brides from Himachal Pradesh. And they have to pay enormous dowry to get a girl to get married. And this is also in the reverse direction. You put it in the reverse way. Means the male population is very less. You put it the reverse way, the same way. I'm sorry. So one girl marries multiple men. Because there are no girls around. You see, when wars happen, all the young prospective men are gone. The women are all there. So they have to get married. Therefore, so one man marries 4 or 5 wives. You just imagine the reverse situation. There are too many men because everybody wants a male child. And then the girls are less. And therefore, Indian government started a big project called Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Protect the girl child and educate the girl child. Big Indian project. And it started 10 years back. In 10 years, the ratio has become almost equal. Before Modi came, in Haryana and Punjab, the ratio was 40 girls, 60 men. But now it is 48 or 49 girls and 51 or 52 men. So the cultural and the social consciousness is like that. Every family wants a male child. That is what he is reflecting. Putraḥ prasavatāṃ varaḥ. Among the parents, among the couples that are going to give birth to children, the male child is considered superior to the female child. Okay? Now don't try to psychoanalyze Mahabharata and all that. Don't do any such thing. That was how it was believed in those days. Even today it is not very different, I suppose. Social conditions change also. So we made progress. So Now you cannot question me, why you don't make progress. Look at me, I have finished 2 verses. Okay, next verse. Yakṣa uvāca. Now this is an interesting question, you have to carefully follow it. Indriyārthānanubhavan buddhimān loka pūjitah sammatas sarva bhūtānām uchvasan ko na jīvati. The question is nicely placed, you have to carefully get it. Kaha uchvasan na jīvati. An api you can add. Who is that person who is breathing in and breathing out? Very much breathing, but still he is not alive. Who is that person? Means a person who is dead even while living. It is called jivachava. While living, jivat, while living, present continuous, shava is a dead, he is dead. Means it is a big indictment or big censure of a person. Okay, you got it? Who is that person? Now, what kind of person he is? All the descriptions of the person are very wonderful. He is a great person if you follow all the adjectives. All the attributes, they are the attributes of a great person. Such a great person. He is alive very much, but still he is as good as dead. Who is that person? Now, what are his great attributes? Indriyārthān anubhavan, means he is well-to-do person, very successful in life. He is enjoying all pleasures of the world. So he enjoys good music, indriyārthān, and he eats nice, rich food, and he uses good perfumes. Like he is going, people walking in the other direction, immediately they smell some rose fragrance and all that. In villages they do that. Okay? So, and then he wears very sophisticated and also very soft dresses, sparsha. Very soft dresses he wears. He is married to a young and a beautiful young lady, he is married. And then buddhiman, he is highly educated. Look at this person. And loka pujitaha, people in the society worship him because he is well-to-do, and Tikakara also helps. Why people worship him? Because he is known to be a great philanthropist. He gives donations and charity, etc. He does. He is well-to-do, and he uses money, good amount of the money in charity, etc. Therefore, all people worship him. These philanthropists, the people clap to the philanthropist. They don't clap to someone who doesn't give any money. In these fundraisers and all that, how do they do fundraisers? So checks are, you send the checks, I will read the checks. Like that the fundraising person says. He is standing at the mic. Come on, send checks. Come on, why do you keep quiet? Send checks to me. And the checks are even promised with your name and telephone number on it. You send to me, he will read. So you know what he will read? Only those people's names will be read who have contributed more than $100. Anything less than $100, he puts into the box, he doesn't read name. Fundraising is like that. And suddenly a check comes $2,000. Look at this, $2,000. Falana. Sir, you please stand up. So all the people will be looking that side. He stands up and they all give a clap. Loka pujitaha. Okay? So he is a philanthropist and a big giver of funds. And so all people praise his glory. Then not only people, sammata sarva bhūtānāṃ. He is a kind man. He gives food, etc. to the cattle. And if he finds an animal suffering, he will go and help the animal, or he will arrange some comfort, some help to the animal kingdom also. And also he helps in preparing he helps in planting some trees, the avenue trees on either side of the road. He helps in making some parks and all that. So that means he is helpful to humans, animals and birds, and also plants and trees. He is a very kind man, supporting all the life forms. Now, he must be a very great man based on that description, but still this person is as good as a dead guy. Jivachava. Who is that person? What a question it is. Now, why only Dharmaraja can answer that question? Nobody, Bhima, Arjuna, they cannot make out what is that. In fact, if the description is followed carefully, we have to declare that he is the only one who is living, all other are dead. Like that it should be said, but it is said, who is that? In spite of being so much great, yet he is as good as dead. Now the answer is, let us say, yudhiṣṭhira uvāca devata tithibhrutyānām pitrūnām ātmanascha na nirvapati pañcānām uchvasanna sajīvati. The word nirvapati, that is a Vedic word it is. When an oblation is offered to a devata, we use the word nirvapati. Did you hear some of these statements? Agneyam ashtakapalam nirvapet. So you have to offer the oblation of Purodasha to the Agni Devata, nirvapet, like that. So nirvapati, nirvapet vidhiling, nirvapati lat, nirvapaha, noun, offering of an oblation. So 5 offerings must be there in every person's life. These are the primary duties of every human being. Primary. You fulfill these 5 first. And then you may do charity, you may do this, you may do that, and people may praise your glory. All that is wonderful. You don't do these 5 and make a lot of money by some means, run an industry or run some big ranch or a big agricultural holding one may have, and so make a lot of money, and some of it you give 10% or 1% to Lord Venkateswara Swami donation, 1%. People, they are praised all over the country. Oh, his donation is very great, this and that. But he is a derelict in his duty. Means these 5 duties he doesn't perform. He may be very great in the society, people may praise his glory, but these 5 duties he is not performing. In spite of his glory in the society, because of the dereliction of duty, with reference to these 5 duties, he is as good as dead even while living. What are those 5 duties? 5 yajñas. The duty is called yajña. Yajña we have seen yesterday. Yajña is offering to a devata. That is called yajña. So whatever you offer to the devata, it gains the name yajña. And there are mahayajñas, great yajñas, and there are 5. Pancha mahayajñaha. You must have heard the expression. What are those pancha? Devatas are there, and you should always offer to the devatas. Who are the devatas? Prithvi devata, Agnir devata, Vayur devata, Suryo devata, Chandrama devata, Apo devata. These are the primary devatas. So water bodies are there. You have to offer oblations to the devata, sun, to the moon, to the earth, to the wind, and to the fire. What are the oblations? For Prithvi devata, the oblation is plant a tree and don't pollute. Apo devata, the oblation is don't pollute the Apo devata, don't encroach upon the water level, the flood, there is some nomenclature to it. So the full level area, when the river is in full level, up to what point the water will flow. That is called it's a flood plain. Flood plain, that is the name. Don't occupy the flood plain. Don't pollute the flood plain. Don't pollute the river, and offer arghyam to the river with the waters of the river only, with the Gayatri mantra. This is the worship of the yajna of the Apo Devata. Rising sun and setting sun, you stand before the sun and pray with Gayatri mantra, doing namaskar, or even arghyam. That is the yajna for the Surya Devata, Chandra Devata, similarly you have to do. Then Agni Devata, you have to offer oblations in the fire, clarified butter or cooked rice. Cooked rice means not this way, a little. 1/2 spoon of cooked rice, Agnaya Swaha, Suryaya Swaha, Somaya Swaha, like that. You have to do yajna, homa, oblations in the fire. This is called Devata Yajna or Deva Yajna. Deva Yajna. Then second yajna is Manushya Yajna, also called Atithi Yajna. Here it is Atithi. Generally it is called Manushya Yajna, but then Atithi, let us say. Manushya is also coming. A guest comes to your home. You have to give food to him, give water, give food, and make him comfortable. And when he is ready to go, so politely send him. That is yajna. They used to do it. You have all studied Kathopanishad. What is the importance of Kathopanishad? So, Vaishvanara pravishat yatithihi brahmano gruhan. When a brahmana has entered into your house, please understand, fire has entered into your house. Better you put oblations into the fire will bless you. If you don't put oblations into the fire will destroy you. So, therefore, you have to take care of the Atithi. I need not say that to the people of Phoenix, you are doing a great job. So, taking care of all the guests who have come to the classes and all that. God bless you. So, this is the Atithi Yajna. Then the third Yajna is Bhrutyanam. So, the people working under you should not suffer. You must be a benevolent employer, not a crooked or miserly employer. You should not be. You should be a benevolent employer. Okay? So, people tend to be very miserly and they exploit the servants and the servant maids. Men and women, they come to do to work in the families, well-to-do families, and they are exploited. They are given the exactly predetermined amount only they are given at the end of the month. They are exploited. You see, back in Secunderabad where I live, it's a flat along with many other flats. So servant maids come to all those flats to do work. They work there and take benefit from me. They say that also, Maharaj, we are working there, but you are helping us. I say, no, you are devatas, so please take this service. So if they need some tablet or some medical help, they rush to me. Because they are not sure about their own employer. One should not be like that. I say this, you take care of your servant maids. Generally, I will suggest you employ a servant maid because they need that employment. The economy should move forward. India is a land of many large population. So the servant maids, you employ a servant maid because you have the means to do so, make good money. So let the servant maid come and she will help you. But then if she doesn't work properly, don't complain. Then what should we do? Whatever work she leaves without doing, you do it yourself. Now, otherwise what happens if all the work is done by the servant maid, she remains healthy and you become sick. You sit in the sofa with a remote control and watch the TV. The servant maid is doing all the work. She remains healthy. She will go home as a healthy person, and you become sick eventually. So don't complain whether they do the work properly or not. Don't complain. I follow that. The servant maid comes and whatever work she wants to do, she will do. The remaining work I do. If she washes 10 dishes and 2 dishes she leaves, I will go and wash those 2 dishes. Out of these 10 dishes, 2 or 3 are not washed properly. I pull them out and wash them one more time. I don't complain. Okay, she has done something. The idea is be kind to the people who work for you and give them more than the fixed amount. Be generous with them. Treat them with love. Treat them as members of your family. That is the Manushya Yajna. Atithi Yajna. Third is the Manushya Yajna. Then Pitru Yajna. Pitru Yajna is Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava. When they are alive and also after their death. When they are alive, serve both as the God. They are the God. In the Upanishadic literature, there is no theological God. You know that? Gita does not offer a theological God. Theological God means Vishnu in Vaikuntha, Shiva in Kailasa, married to a woman, and then having children, and then you worship the God will fulfill your desires. This God, this is the theological God, the Theo. That God, you don't find it in Upanishads and Gita. You just don't find it. You show me. Take the Gita book and show me this is Theo God. You show me. You cannot. So, once one Mahatma was giving satsanga. Somebody asked a question in Chennai. Somebody asked a question. Is there God? Like that he asked a question. Now, is there God means, what do you mean by God? Unless that is clear, the answer cannot be given, you know. It is not a yes or no answer. Then the Mahatma, he is discussing carefully, he is trying to build a case. Then he is in a hurry. No, you answer me yes or no, is there a God? He said, please sit down. You asked a question, have patience, the answer will come, sit down. No, you should answer now whether there is God or not. Then the Mahatma said, you go home. You don't get that kind of answer. Because suppose you say yes, that means you are talking of a God above, somewhere above. Suppose you say no, then you will brand the Mahatma as an astika and pull him down. Down, murdabad. That is not the answer. The question is based on the concept of a theological God. So we are not here to offer a theological God. You go to some other guru. There are plenty of them. So people should have patience. Is there a God or not? That kind of yes or no answer. You see, in life, there are no yes or no answers for all situations. Even in our life, we go through a variety of situations for which there are no yes or no categorical answers like that. Therefore, in the Upanishads and Gita, the God is, you worship God in man, in the words of Swami Vivekananda. So you worship God in man. Which man? Begin with your mother. Man means human. Begin with your mother. Mother is the God. It is not mother is like God. No. Mata devaha adevata yasya saha matrudevo bhava. In your life, let mother be your God. You worship her. Worship means, again, our people, what they do, take flowers and then patra for kalasha and harati and karpuram. That is not the worship. That is the worship of an idol. You should not worship mother with all that. Mother, every day you sit in this chair for 2 minutes, I will wash your feet and apply flowers and I will go to office, then you eat or not, I don't care. That is not worship. In a movie, there is a lady and the husband is a very innocent, kind of henpecked husband. And so every day morning, the first thing she does is she wakes up and goes to him. And if he is not sitting there ready with his feet, he has to put forward. Otherwise, she will hit him on the head. Hey, I told you to sit there and put, I have come and waiting here. How long I have to wait for you? Come on, give a slap, sit there. And after he sits, touch the feet and do namaskar. Now you go wherever you have to go. Not that way. Not that way. That is not worship. Worship means whatever mother says, you follow it. You do it. My mother used to tell me, go and get milk. Because milk is not available, you have to go to a person who sells milk and bring. She used to tell me, I used to run with this cup, small cup, to bring milk. But she used to tell, while going, run, but while coming, don't run. Because milk will spill. I used to run and stand before that house. Then the lady inside the house, she notices that this brahmachari has, I was a brahmachari with a tuft of hair and all that. And so she notices, this brahmana balakaha has come. Immediately she comes out with milk and pours into my vessel. And then I cover it with a leaf. Leaf also I take with me. So leaf, and then carefully walk back without spilling and give to her. She used to make a cup of tea and drink it. My father never used to drink tea, therefore he is not interested in milk and other things, whereas it was my duty and I used to do it very systematically. I am proud even today. That's why I told you that story. That is the worship of God, and what other God you want to worship? I really fail to understand. You don't worship the mother and you want to worship some other God. People, after getting married, they start worshipping the spouse and therefore ignore the worship of the mother. You need not worship the spouse. You can live with her happily with the spirit of camaraderie. That is enough. You need not worship. Worship should be reserved for mother. Then Pitru Devo Bhava. You have to take care of the father and respect. Father doesn't want physical service. He will fend for himself. Mother only wants. In the classical Indian family, mother needs some service of this kind of service. Run and get milk, etc. Whereas father is not interested in all that. He is a male and he can fend for himself. He wants, generally the father wants a privilege from the son. You see, in this society, we are all people fending for ourselves. So I don't give a status of privilege to you, you don't give a status of privilege to me. We are all working in the same society and struggling to make both ends meet. That is the society. So I am not interested in giving a status of privilege to you. So therefore we are accustomed to a normal way of life in which nobody shows any particular respect to us, nobody gives any priority to us. If it is queue, I have to stand in the queue like everybody else. That is how we live. But when it comes to the son, you expect the son to give some privilege to you. Suppose father is standing in the queue and son comes, now you stand behind me, and son stands before. What is that? That is not fair, you know. No, in the queue, everybody should stand properly. You say that to your father? Or you give some privilege to him? What will you do? What you have to do is, dear father, come here. I surrender my place to you. You please stand. You get it first. Should you not say that? So you have to give privilege to the father. That is what father wants. He doesn't want certain silly chores. He wants a status of privilege. He is my father. Please occupy the big sofa. You please sit in the sofa. I'll sit in the chair. Put father on the mat and you go and sit in the sofa. So Pitru Devo Bhava, while they are alive. One of them is no more. So you serve the other who is living as God and who has gone one day in memory of that person. Offer food to some poor people. You may offer food to your relatives also. Generally what people you do know, they give food to their own relatives. That is not annadana. So you do annadana, and we all will come, and so our family, entire family comes, so you feed us, and your annadana is over. Next week I will do annadana, you all come. That is not annadana. You got the point? Annadana means you give food to your relatives by all means, but that is not important. The important thing is you give food to the poor, to sadhus, to the poor. So who are looking for some food, you give food to them. And how many you give to two people? Dvi, or 20, or 200, or 100, whatever number. So that is in the memory of the departed father or mother, or both. Yearly one day. And when the living other person also gone, yearly 2 days. People should do it. Now, there is a ritual also associated with it. Now, you may not be able to do the ritual, it's okay. Take the spirit. If you take the letter, you do the ritual also. But if you cannot take the letter for whatever reason, then take the spirit. The spirit is offer food to a few people in the name of the departed soul, father or mother. This is called pitru yajna. But what about mother? Pitru includes mother. This is called ekashesha samasaha. Mata cha pita cha. That is the dvandva samasa. Panini has given 3 options. Mata pitarau is one usage. A remains. Matru pitarau. That is the pratipadika is matru. Third is pitarau. It is called ekashesha samasaha. Mata cha pita cha. Only one remains. So sarupassamānānāṃ, like that, the ekaseshaha sarūpānāṃ samānānāṃ, like that there is a sutra. In Tenganta you get it. So, not Tenganta, in Shabdadhikara only you get it. So, Mata cha Pita cha, only one remains. What one should remain? Make it Pita. Pita remains. Language has some reflection of the social structure also. Pita remains. So, suppose you say parents, that includes both father and mother. Suppose you say parent, who is it that? Most likely who is that? You tell me. Father, right? Most likely. Sometimes it could be the mother also, but most likely it is father. In those days, in the application form, name, father's name. Modi ji has made a change in that also. Now laws have changed. You can write mother's name also. Okay? You can write father, choice is left to you. Father's oblique mother's name. You can cut off one and write mother's name also if you wish. And then if you don't want either of them, put Guru's name also. Guru, who is Guru? Who has given sannyasa diksha? He is the Guru. They write like that, name, that name. And now the law is passed by Sushma Swaraj. When she was the foreign minister, foreign affairs minister, the law is passed. In the passport also, you need not give father or mother's name. You can give the Guru who has given you sannyasa diksha. You can give like that. In the passport, you need not write father, mother name. Passport will be issued. That is the law passed by Sushma Swaraj. So the point is, why Pitru remains, why Matru doesn't remain in the Samasa? Because the parent means most likely it is the father. That is how the social situation, and hence Pitru remains. So I have covered what is called Pitru Yajna. Now it is covered, right? Then finally Atma Yajna. You have to take care of yourself. That is Atma Yajna. What is take care of myself means eat well and take care of medicines and all that. Is that the Atma Yajna? No. That is not Atma Yajna. You take care of the body. Body, you are not the body. You don't know that or what? You are not the body. You are not the mind also. Then what is Atma Yajna? Realization of the self or truth or God, whatever name you want to give to it. It is the same. Realization. What is this realization? That also you should understand. Atma Yajna, you know, it is the Yajna. So what is realization? Realization is not that you will get 2 horns extra because of realization, not like that. Or there will be some disc of effulgence behind your head. That is not realization. Or your face will be shining brilliantly. No. What is realization? Realization is a state of mind. It is just a stage of advanced state of mind. What do you mean by advanced? In that state of mind, there is peace. Felicity means relaxation. You are relaxed, not stressed out, not concerned or worried. That is called felicity, not facility, felicity. Then bliss means you are cheerful, naturally cheerful. The spiritual bliss means you do not depend upon the outer for your inner happiness. Then there is truth, understanding, not superstitions. People with superstitions, how can they be self-realized? They are worshipping the untruth. That is what superstition is. So there is truth, understanding of the truth. Then equanimity. I am telling the advanced stage of mind where these qualities are naturally present. That is equanimity. Equanimity means outside things happen. And so it's okay. This candidate won the election. Let God bless him. No, he cannot win, he should not win. What is this? What is this intransigence that who are you to decide who has to win and who should not win? So we thought Rishi Sunak win a British election, but he did not win, somebody else has won. It's okay, God bless. So that is equanimity. Okay? And then cheerfulness. You should not be crying all the time. In fact, it is advised, don't keep the company of the people who have a drawn face. Don't be in their company. Bless them and move on. Do some service to them, let them... Because you lose whatever little cheer you have. You should be in the company of the cheerful people. Because whether it is cheerfulness or sorrow, they are contagious like bacteria and all that. So, the Mahatmas are cheerful. Large-heartedness. They include all. You see, once I was sitting with a Mahatma, with a great guru, and he was doing Abhisheka or Puja he is doing. Then somebody else has come and there he sat. Then that somebody else was wearing a shirt. And this man, while Puja is going, Namakam, somebody is chanting and he is doing Abhisheka. He stops it in the middle and says, you are wearing shirt, you cannot come inside, you get out. There is no large heart. Why one should not wear shirt? Suppose all the men, they stop wearing shirts, they will be displaying their pot bellies to the public. Why should they do that? They should not do that. You have to cover. Especially when ladies are around, you have to cover. Otherwise, the ladies will feel a kind of embarrassed. Isn't it so? Your pot belly, why should you give a display of all that? Should not be like that. You should cover. And so in the name of, in South India, they cover less because of the weather and all that. Therefore, you should not make it a cardinal principle of God realization. This wearing shirt or not wearing shirt, kya baat hai? In some of the South Indian temples, if you have shirt, you cannot enter the temple. And therefore, if you go there, you will see all these pot bellies standing in the light. Arey, thoda to sharam karo bhai. There are so many women around. You take out the shirt and stand like that. Sharam karna chahiye. Should not be like that. So people should have a large heart. Shirt ho, pant ho, whatever. You are welcome, please come. If you want to leave your chappals outside, that is your choice. And for hygienic reasons, you may follow that. Some rules and regulations. But you should have large-heartedness. That is how the self-realization, I am giving you the marks of self-realization, that it's a state of mind, nothing more. And you can get it. That is the point of the discussion. And so large heart and universal love. Love all. The slogan is, work hard and love all. these become, these qualities which I have given list of half a dozen, they become spontaneous and natural to a realized person. That is the stage of mind, advanced stage of mind. In other words, our thoughts, our words and deeds, so they will not be restricted to one body mind as me and mine. So the thoughts, words and deeds, they connect to the universal soul, Brahma. I am He, Aham Brahmasmi. That vision expresses in every thought, speech or word and deed. Not the body, this body mind, I am this, not like that. So that is how a realized soul is to be recognized. So, you see, the realized people, they will be in natural consonance with the universal soul. I am one with all. Sarvatma bhava. You must have heard. That is the Atma Yajna. You should reach that stage. That becomes Atma Yajna. So, and also another important hallmark of a realized soul is you directly experience the reality behind all names and forms in the world. It is like you enter into a jewelry shop and you experience gold in all the ornaments. Very similar. A person who sees gold in the ornaments, he won't purchase any ornaments. Only those who do not see gold, they see names and forms, end up purchasing the ornaments. What is the difference between the jewel shop owner and the customer? What is the difference? The customer sees names and forms. The owner sees gold. For him it is all gold. He purchases gold and he sells gold. The customers, they don't know anything about gold. They purchase only the names and forms, ornaments. I mean, the spirit of the example you should take. So that is what is called self-realization. And that is the Atma Yajna. You have to elevate yourself to that level. Realization, self-realization, which is being described here as Atma Yajna, is self-abnegation. Means to do away with egotism and to merge in the universal self. You merge in the universal soul to the point that you become oblivious to the little self. The me and mine, you are totally free from it. You are oblivious to the little self, the egotistic self. You reach that advanced stage of mind. You can do that. You see, suppose you just think of this situation. We are capable of doing that. Suppose you are thinking of some important problem, suppose. So, you get engrossed in that problem to such an extent that you forget your body, you forget your mind, your intellect and your ego. Isn't it so? So, it is there with us. Only thing is, you have to take it to that advanced stage of mind where you remain oblivious of the body, mind, intellect and ego all the time. That is all you have to do, naturally and spontaneously. That is called Atmajnana. You see, what I said, a short period of time, when you are totally engrossed in a given problem, when you forget your small self totally, so that that period may be short, but still in that period you are the embodiment of the knowledge and greatness. Is it not so? You are that. So only you have to embrace it and you have to make it natural and spontaneous. That is what is called Atma Yajna. Okay? I am coming. This you can see in the case of a warrior in the battlefield. he is totally oblivious of the body, mind, intellect and ego. Isn't it so? So, a jnani can be like that. So, and a jnani can leave behind all thoughts of limitations, like I am this caste, this kind, this creed. All those things one should leave behind. And so one should rise to the level of universality. You have to rise to that level. That is called Atma Yajna. Therefore, that is really the spirit of true religion. You see what happened? The religion, the popular religion, has become subservient to egotism. It is aimed at strengthening the ego. You worship a god or goddess in order to strengthen your ego. Ego means desire fulfillment is ego. Out of fear you are doing means ego. Or you want to prove to the world that you are a great spiritualist and therefore perform big puja or big spiritual, a big ritual. People do that. So they announce, I am giving 1 kg gold to Lord Venkateshwara Swami. They announce through the public mic. Who is the consort of Lord Venkateshwara? Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of gold. Who are you to give gold to? Like that. They announce like that. And I will get a crown to Lord Venkateshwara. Crown costing 1 crore rupees. I give as a gift to Lord Venkateshwara. People are like that. So they use the religion to strengthen the ego. This is the perversion of the religion. That is not true religion. Because the spirit of true religion is essentially the change of heart. That is the spirit of true religion. So, what is the change of heart? You have to replace the egotism with the divinity. Generally, the masses take the outward forms of religion to be the true religion. Outward forms. Masses take like that. And the enlightened people would not take like that. Because it is most unfortunate that in religious life, great stress is given to such secondary things as customs, social customs, and then ceremonies. Ceremonies are not true religion. And then desire-inspired rituals. Then religious leaders. Enormous importance is given to the leader, religious leader. There is no importance given to the change of heart. So they go and worship the leader. They follow the leader. And no change of heart. Very unfortunate, you know. Leader dances, they all dance. Leader does something, they all do that. All funny things they do. And then prayers recommended by the leaders. The prayers are not inspiring prayers. So these are given lot of importance in the religion of the masses. In the religion of the masses, you don't find any change of heart from egotism to divinity. You don't find it. But if you allow to replace the egotism with the divinity, that is called Atma Yajna. Therefore, the person who has all the good qualities, but he doesn't have these five yajnas in his life. Na nirvapati panchanam. These 5 are not there in his life. That person, he is very much alive, but he is as good as dead. Devata tithi bhrutyanam pitrunam atmanaschayaha na nirvapati panchanam uchvasanna sajivati. We'll take up a question or two. I should be having the questions paper with me. No? I forgot to bring. Generally, I am a bit cautious about these things. Anyway, do you have any questions? You take your time. I'm willing to wait. No harm. It will be better than going to the room and bringing it. Water is there. Yeah, just now I have taken. You asked the question. Yeah.
Normally when we talk about Pancha we start the same way, Deva Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Manusya Yajna, Bhu Yajna, and then we say Rishi Yajna.
Brahma Yajna,
Yeah, that is Brahma Yajna.
which is same as Atma Yajna. That is a good point. They account Brahma Yajna. Brahma Yajna is same as Atma Yajna because Atma is Brahma. Rishi Runa, not Yajna. So, these are the 5 Mahayajnas. And Atma Yajna should also be there. Otherwise, you become the student of popular religion. Popular religion is not for people, students of Vedanta. It is for the general public. In popular religion, the lady, it is a goddess worship. The lady puts something on her head and she is dancing. And all people are they come around and do something. So the popular religion is a big problem. There are problems with that. So, understand different levels of desires. Difference between desire and preference, both are one and the same. Can one live without wanting at all? Yes. You can. You see, I was sitting with a great Mahatma called Swami Ramsukdas Maharaj, Satsanga. Then somebody asked Maharaj. Maharaj was discussing Gita verse. In Gita, desires are not there. You have to give up desires. Gita is like that. So he says, Prajahati yada kaman, all desires are given up. Then somebody got up and Maharaj, when we give up desires, how can we live? Question. Then Maharaj said, to live, you don't need desires. You live groceries, wheat, milk, biscuits, and coffee powder, tea powder, sugar. You need those things to live, not desires. In fact, in spite of having all those things, if the desires are there, they will mess up life. Sit down. Like that what he said. Therefore, you don't need desires to live. You need groceries to live and a few dollars in the pocket to live, not desires. So what will you with desires? You cannot make a curry out of desires, So, therefore, you should only keep 1 or 2 desires. Like, I want to know myself, I desire to know myself, I wish. It is not a desire, but still you can count as desire. Mumukshutvam, jijñāsa, those things you can keep. Let me serve my parents. If you want to put it as a desire, you can keep it. So they are not desires really, but these egotistic desires, you should give them up, lock, stock and barrel. Then another important question, I saw it yesterday, but I skipped it. That is an important question. So the question is, Jivatma and personal self. So, are both personal self and Jivatma same type of superimposition on Atma? No, they are different. Jivatma is Brahma. Jivenatmana anupravishya namarupe vyakaravani. Paramatma has entered into this body-mind as Jiva or Jivatma. Jivena Atmana. Itham bhuta lakshane trutiya. As. So trutiya vibhakti means as. In Telugu, trutiya vibhakti means ga. Jivatma ga. As Jivatma. God has entered into this body-mind as Jivatma. Therefore, Jivatma is no different from Brahma, whereas egotistic self has nothing to do with Brahma. It is a shadow, it is not real, you are not that, you should give it up altogether. Therefore, this personal self is a shadow. Jivatma is the real. They are not the same. That is the answer to the question. So we'll, yeah.
That first question I'm talking about, the preference is supposed to be a very weak desire. For example,
You are right. Preference,
choose coffee, but if I don't get it, I'm fine.
yeah. You see, preferences, priorities. Even priority is not a valid term. Atmajnana is my first priority. Then what is the second priority? To make money. Then the third priority to enjoy pleasures. Kya baat hai? No priorities. Atmajnana is the goal of life. So should we die? You need not die. You can live happily and comfortably, eat properly and do good exercise and all that and gain Atmajnanam. Okay? It's not a priority. This prioritization is the worldly thing it is. Therefore, priority means you have other desires. And then preference means you have other desires. You may call it weak desire, but generally I used to say, the preference is an interesting word. I used to say, don't have desires, don't have expectations, don't have anticipations. Don't expect anything from others. You get what you get. Be satisfied with what you get. Don't expect. And then don't anticipate, tomorrow I will get this, day after I will get that. That is also desire. And a desire is desire. So become free from all that. You will be free. The freedom. This is the Atma Yajna. Om Purnamada Purnamidam